Hello, everyone. Welcome to Real Neighbours, Ep.3.
Excited to be here, Jamie.
Very excited to be here. Hope everyone's been doing well since the last one. All our loyal fans so far.
It's been exactly a week.
Yeah.
And you know what? We have had a pretty great turnout.
Yeah.
I've been super happy so far.
I'm surprised anyone's listening so far because, I mean, I don't even know how a lot of people have found this so far. So I'm like, well, thanks, everyone. That's
Neither
good.
do I.
That's good.
I don't feel like I tell anyone because I'm both excited and equally ashamed of having a podcast.
Yeah, that's very fair. I'm excited to tell strangers on the internet, but the people I know, I'm a little like, no, I've been telling a lot of people I know.
I like to think that a lot of the people I hang out with are pretty cool.
Yeah.
And that part of that is not listening to my podcast.
Yeah, like they're too cool for this, for sure.
Yeah, unfortunately.
But that hasn't been the case. That hasn't been the case.
Yeah,
weirdly.
you know what, dude? We've done really well so far. So thank you so much to everybody.
Compared to our expectations, yeah.
Yeah, expectations were very low. So whoever's hung out, thank you so much for dropping by.
Yeah.
And we are excited to have you for the 4 minutes and 46 seconds that you will hang around.
Yeah. On average.
That's our average retention, guys.
But we've had a lot that have listened to the full hour, which I am shocked of. Like, especially
that
YouTube
also
analytics.
Does shock me. Yeah.
Like, I looked, it was a lot. And I'm like, I don't even know. I feel like I haven't even told the amount of people who have watched the whole hour about it.
Now I'm wondering if I should actually start telling people I know. I don't know.
We might as well.
I'm thinking about it right now as we speak.
Maybe I'll tell my mom we're doing this.
So, Jamie, I know you want to get in some stuff, but quick question. Do you ever have those days where you put on the wrong pair of pants?
It's just one of those days where everybody sucks and everything is fucked. Sorry.
Is that a song?
Oh, yeah, it's Limp Bizkit.
I was hoping you made that up. But
No. Is that what you meant? Like, you did wrong?
No.
Woke up on the wrong pair of pants?
Well, no. I put on the wrong pair of pants.
Like, okay. Like, how? So,
probably. Let me explain. All right,
Yeah.
Is because of COVID and everything.
Yeah.
I didn't go. You couldn't go to the places. You couldn't go get clothes.
Yeah.
So I thought, I'm gonna do the Amazon buy. Sorry, I bought Amazon.
You bought Amazon pants?
I did. I bought like
Jeff
3 pairs.
Bezos designer jeans.
Designed by Jeff Bezos himself.
Yeah.
And man, you just gotta flip a coin whether they fit or not. They're gonna tell you all these sizes and how big it is, but the fact it's going to show up and you're just going to have to wing it. And the worst part is they're so affordable that it's not worth sending back.
Yeah.
So it's one of those things where you get the pants, you start wearing them, you're like, these don't fit.
Yeah.
And then you just put them away because you're like, but it's not worth returning them.
Yeah.
Then one day you open it up, you forget they don't fit, and you put them on.
And then
in the
stuck.
middle of the day, you feel your stomach just bend
Yeah.
and twist under wow, I am tight, dude.
Do you know what's really funny? I haven't done my laundry in a while, so I actually was just wearing a really tight pair of pants, and then I was like, you know what? This is too uncomfortable. So I was like, I'm just gonna wear the pair I've worn, some old pair. So I'm wearing dirty pants, but I was like, I'm not gonna wear tight pants that are too uncomfortable for a whole day.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So I'm like, I'd rather wear dirty pants than tight pants.
You know what, Jamie? I hope you live to experience this, but there was a time where I was squatting in a pair of tight jeans.
Like refusing to move out of your apartment, like squatting?
No,
Oh.
Jamie, gym squatting.
Okay.
I know, something else entirely.
Yeah.
And I went down for a deep squat, pretty heavy weight,
Ooh.
and it just split my pants in half.
Oh, yeah.
But there's something about it, and then I finished the squat anyway. It felt really good.
Yeah.
It was pretty awesome.
You won't let that bring you down. And actually, at the point it rips,
improved
it's
my
more.
lift.
Yeah. Your form's even better once your pants rip.
I'm like, oh yeah, I was free. I was like, finally, my quads can just fully unleash.
I did do that at I used to work at a grocery store, and my pants ripped while I was on the till, and it split right down like the worst spot. Like obviously, when pants tear, that's typically where it happens. But I was like, oh no, because I was like in public. And I was like, I don't even know. I'm like, what do I do? But so I think I paged like one of my supervisors. I was just like, hey, can you come to like this aisle? And then they come up.
Can we have a private conversation?
Yeah, and then they come up. They're like, what is it, JB? I'm like, I ripped my pants. And they're like, you fat ass. I'm just kidding.
What the hell, Jamie?
Yeah, no. But luckily for me, that grocery store actually sold pants. I don't want to.
So they sold you pants?
No, like I still had to pay my own money.
She's like, boy.
So
she's like, we got a deal for you.
Yeah,
and she just brought you over to the pants.
Yeah.
They sold you a pair of pants.
Yeah, it was a big like super market store.
You
So
know
it was
what?
like,
Now, Jamie, now that I'm thinking about it, the people that are watching might, once again, going back to the whole D-list celebrity thing, these might be like retainers
Yeah.
that have known you since working at
Oh,
said grocery store.
yeah, I don't necessarily want to shout it out, but I did work at a grocery store for a long time.
A grocery store.
A grocery store, and it is funny because people would actually recognize me from that. And it was almost like, is this something I am like wanting to be known for? Like, hey, I'm the grocery store guy. But it was funny because I've been to London. Like, I was in London once at this bar, and it was a really big bar. And these two girls came up to me. They're like, "Where do we know you from?" And I was like, "Well, I'm from Sarnia. Like, I'm not from around here." They're like, "Wait." And they're like, "Well, that might be it." I'm like, "Really?" And then I'm like, "Well, I work at this grocery store." They're like, "That's it." I'm like, "Really?" And then another time I was at the Toronto airport and somebody somehow recognized me. They're like, "Are you from Sarnia?" And I had no idea who this guy was. He's like, "Are you from Sarnia?" I'm like, "Yeah."
And at this point, you're going, I get this all the time.
Yeah. I was like, "Yep, that's me."
Yeah,
Packing
yeah.
your bags.
Yeah, I am from
Packing up
Sarnia.
your
What else
groceries.
do you want to know?
Yeah.
Start digging into my life, why don't you?
Yeah. But it was very handy that it sold the pants when my pants ripped, but it was awkward because I had to like sneak off, and it's kind of weird.
Do you know what the best part about being in high school was?
What?
One day when I was going to school, I jumped onto my bike and my pants split in half when I like sat on the bike, and I went, well, I guess I'm not going to first period, and I just went back in and I didn't go.
Yeah. Wait, your pants split.
That's the best part about. I said the best part about being in high school is
Skipping it.
even the most remote amount of inconvenience you can justify as enough to not do
Oh,
it.
exactly. It's like, well, I can't go now. Well, I mean,
My
that is
pants
fair.
split.
That
I
is
need
fair.
an hour and a half to figure this out. What I
Yeah.
mean, Jamie, if you were an adult like I am now, you'd have to sprint back in,
Yeah.
get another pair of pants, and get to work before you're late.
Yeah. Yeah.
There's no bullshitting.
Like you are now. I'm 17, so this is weird that we're even doing this together.
You know, Austin, I've always questioned our relationship,
Yeah, I've
considering
been
the
like-
very large age gap.
The age gap is a little weird.
Don't worry, Jamie, you're not 18 yet.
Yeah. I don't like the sounds of that. So
Let's just gloss over
Let's
that
gloss
one.
over that one.
Jamie, quickly. You said you wanted to bring something up.
yes, I do want to quickly also, before I say what I was going to say, I just want to establish. So you've ripped multiple pairs of pants that way,
Yeah,
because that's the one I remember.
You know what?
It
Two
was
or
at
more
at the grocery store.
I've told you two. So
Oh, you've ripped your pants twice there, like right in the
two
seam?
or more. I'm not recalling more. It's possible that I definitely have because I don't know. I'm flexible. My
Yeah.
pants are not quite as flexible.
Yeah. One other thing, like quickly on this topic, when you first were mentioning ordering pants from Amazon, it is such a hassle to return any clothing article online. Because don't you have to pay for shipping again?
No, Amazon's really good because when you do the return, they give you a free shipping label. The problem is you have to repackage it, put the label on it, and drive it to Canada Post.
Oh,
How much are they really expecting someone
Yeah.
like me to do when the pants I bought it for like $20?
yeah.
You gotta quantify what your time is worth
Yeah.
before you go out and start doing that stuff. You know.
Yeah. Yeah, that's fair. All right.
And you know
well,
what, Jamie? The alternative is I don't have any pants on at all right now.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I since this is audio only, like I'm glad you're not calling me out for not wearing pants right now. Like I didn't want people to know.
Oh, well, you know, like
Oh wait, I just did it to myself. Crap.
that was terrible.
That was
It's terrible.
what, me not wearing pants? Yeah,
No.
it does look bad. Okay, well, so anyway, to go into what I wanted to something I thought was interesting. So I always found it funny how like big like YouTubers, they always like I've noticed a lot of them in the past have like complained about the platform they're on, and I've always thought that was funny that like the biggest names on YouTube every like couple years or every like some of them complain often. Like I think H3 puts out videos like YouTube sucks like every now and then. But I think
Are you jumping on the pile?
yeah, so,
You're joining in on the
so
beating?
what I'm saying is, one of the platforms we've been uploading to is YouTube. I mean, we do have other. Side note, we didn't upload to SoundCloud last week. Just we're really professional. And you know what the worst part is? Somebody actually told me they went to find it on
What?
SoundCloud. I'm like, are you
No!
serious? So we lost them. They're never listening again. They're like, these
Oh,
guys
man.
suck. Yeah. So,
Dude, that hurts.
Yeah, I know.
When the moment you said it, I was like, wow.
and the
I
fact that we
100%
actually had
did
someone
not do
who
that.
we literally had someone who was going to watch
Already
it on
public
SoundCloud.
complaining.
I know, already
Oh.
complained. Anyway, so yeah,
That
now
hurts.
speaking of complaints, so now here's my complaints about YouTube. No, I just find it funny that big YouTubers are always like, oh, they have horrible customer service and they unevenly distribute like their rules, which I do think is fair. I'm gonna kind of trail up before I get to my point because it's interesting. I do think that's true though that YouTube kind of unevenly applies rules. Like I know their latest one is they don't let puke in videos. They don't want any videos with puke.
Well, keep in mind that it's just an algorithm. There's no real people, for the most part, watching what people are doing. So the reason
Oh,
it's
really?
inconsistent is because it's just some
Just
sort of like visual
Our
observation
robot
algorithm.
overlords.
Well, it really is. It's basically taking like data from the visual, like breaking
like-
it down into something that's quantifiable,
Yeah.
and then making restrictions based on
Well,
it. So,
a quick example though is like the old Filthy Frank stuff, the hair cake videos and all that.
Oh, dude,
they're
love
really
those.
they're really they're hilarious,
those
but
are
they're
dude,
gross.
those are to me
they're hilarious.
Those are to me are they're almost high art.
Yeah,
a
they're
little bit.
classic.
I'm not sure if I just watched it at the right time when it just when it came
But-
out, and I remember it fondly.
So
but
they took those off YouTube.
they're gone.
Yes, they just recently, after they've been up for like 3 years, they just took them off.
What?
Yeah, and I think it's because of the puke thing. I think YouTube doesn't allow puke now, so it's sad.
That would have been recent.
So that they recently did it because I think it became like a trend to review that video just recently, so that it started resurfacing that video.
Yeah.
and then it got taken down.
What?
Yeah, modern YouTube.
All
I think it's
three of them?
Yeah, I think so.
Oh my
it's
God.
really bad. I know, and it's sad. But so just an example of how unevenly they distribute that though is I was with my friend Chris, and he's a big fan of like Jackass, like the movies.
Yeah, yeah.
And like we were watching. He showed me this video.
Good old Steve-O.
Oh yeah, well we were watching. He showed me this video, wasabi snooters, as it's from one of the clips from the movies. Basically, he's like snorting wasabi and then just throwing up. Really, really like
Dude, that's probably
bottom
one
of the barrel. Just it's funny,
Dude,
but
that's
it's
like
gross.
for him. That's tame. That's just like a Sunday.
Yeah,
Like, just like a
exactly.
Sunday afternoon. He's
Oh,
like,
exactly.
I'll
They're
have
just
some wasabi.
Exactly. But yeah, but anyway, that video he showed me, it was like on like movie clips or something on YouTube, which because it's a movie, that's not going to be removed from YouTube because it was like a well-established movie. Even though like the videos we were just talking about, like hair cake stuff, they still had millions of views and definitely had a solid following. So
Oh, dude, those were huge.
It's kind of sad that just because it wasn't a movie format, like that's allowed to be up there.
Dude,
but
I'm confident at the point it was removed, they must have been around like 10 million views. Like some of them, like or even a little bit more. Like they were pretty big.
yeah,
They had some of the biggest guys on YouTube in it too. So
Oh, exactly. Which, like, again, arguably, like, I would say, well, I don't know how big Jackass's success was. They probably got a lot more views, but still, it's just sad. Like, I don't know. It still is unevenly distributed. Anyway, so that was a little rabbit trail. Just quick to my point. YouTube is okay.
does this pertain to us at all?
Yes, this is
Or
where
are
I'm going.
we just in a different pocket entirely? Because I mean,
Well, I
they're
wanted
getting
to
10
start-
million views. I'm happy we're getting 200
Right. Well,
ish. But
what do you mean? We have 200,000 right now. But no, okay. Well, the reason it applies to us is because I wanted to start throwing up on camera for our fans. We're gonna have a weekly video called The Purge, where
you're
I'll
like
just
you like
throw
do
up
this
in
like
front of
long
everyone.
spiel where you're like, and I feel like the rules are inconsistent with their guidelines.
I
and
just
how
wanna
they're-
throw up on YouTube,
and how they're applying them on
That was
mediums.
it. That was
Anyway,
it.
getting some
No, I'm just
getting
kidding.
to our point, you're like,
Okay.
I just want to puke.
Yeah, I rabbit trail up, but I mean, hey, what else are we doing? We're just talking here. But I'm
Wait,
just saying
so is there a real point?
there is.
Okay,
I'm
all
gonna
right.
say it right now. Drum roll, please.
I only have one hand.
Oh, nice. Okay. No, basically, it is hard to report things to YouTube if you feel something's unfair. Like, it's kind of hard to message them. So, okay, an issue we had, this is where I was going with this. So, comments. Someone commented on our video, and I thought it was a funny comment, and I went to respond, like I was going to reply to the comment, and it was there for a couple seconds, and then it just disappeared. Like the comment, I responded, and I was just trying to be funny with the comment. And
It got deleted.
like, I don't know, it wasn't a bad comment. It was just I was just bantering with the other comment. I was going to write something funny, and it just disappeared. And I was like, why did that happen? So then I just was like, did Austin delete it? I'm like, because I thought at this point, I thought YouTube was just so established and foolproof, no glitches. I was like, no, YouTube knows what's up, so it was clearly our fault. But anyway, so I posted it again. Same thing. It was up for like 30 seconds, then it just disappeared. And I was like, what's going on? So then I waited like several hours because with the same comment, because I'm like, I don't know, it was funny. I was just trying to like engage a little and be, it's our own channel. So I was like, I'll just wait a bit. So I posted again, just disappeared again. I was like, why? So I looked it up. I was like, is there a way to like report a problem to YouTube? And there's no like report function.
Well, hold on. So are you saying it was still there? And but when you tried to communicate or talk to or reply to the comment, you couldn't get through?
No, I basically just tried to reply to a comment, and it would be there for like 30 seconds, and it would just disappear.
What?
Yeah,
that's so
on our own video.
Our comments would disappear.
Our comments would disappear on our own video. I know.
Okay,
so,
that's really weird.
So I was weirded out. So I was like, "Can I report this to YouTube?"
You thought I was just sneaking in there, just like,
well, no,
I didn't like the way you like. I'm like, Jamie, that wasn't even funny.
That wasn't
and I just
funny.
like deleted it or something.
Like, wow, Austin, I'm just trying to be
and
funny.
you're in your
here.
room, just going like, is Austin freaking like?
Does Austin hate me?
Is Austin fucking censoring me?
He does. Yeah.
YouTube knows what's up, but Austin.
Yeah, I'm like,
I'm worried about him.
There goes my free speech.
I never knew it'd be one of my best friends, Austin.
I know, he's just
the one to do it to me.
Yeah, no, but yeah. So I tried to report it really hard. So then I decided, like, all I found was frequently asked questions, and it was like, why are my comments disappearing? And the only answer I could find is, for some reason, we must be flagged as spam. And I don't know how that would happen, but they're like, if you're flagged as spam, your accounts will disappear. So I was like, okay, so how do I repeal this problem? Like, how do I message YouTube and say, why can we start commenting on our videos? We're not spam. And I found no way. So what I had to do was there's a feedback button. It was like, report a glitch. So I'm like, well, I guess I could just say it's a glitch because I don't know what else is going on. So I messaged them like, well, yeah, my comments are disappearing, and haven't heard anything from them. So I'm like, I don't know if we can ever respond to our comments. So you know what? I'm with all these big YouTubers.
Hold on. So
YouTube
disclaimer.
Just
since we're getting past viewer retention, but quickly we got to throw it in, Jamie. Is we appreciate all your feedback, and we are enthusiastically reading your comments.
Yeah, I wanted
just
to
don't
respond.
expect to get anything back.
Yeah, we'll be if you think we're ignoring you,
we'll send a letter in the mail.
We're probably not.
We're trying not to. Okay.
Yeah. So yeah, I'm kind of in that. I'm on that bandwagon with all the big YouTubers now. I'm just like, YouTube has serious issues.
Well, you know what? The fact of the matter is, we're just gonna have to take the hard L because we're just a little.
YouTube is suppressing our free speech.
We're just a little larva in the whole community of YouTube. So I guarantee you, we're never gonna hear back from
YouTube.
That's okay. We take the L.
Yeah. Well, maybe next comment. I'll try and make a comment again.
Once again, Jimmy.
We'll see what happens.
Keep in mind, I'm just happy we're here. I'm just happy that we're like, you know what I mean? Like, when you get a ticket to the show and you're just like, I'm just happy to be here, and you're in like the back bleeder seats, and nobody cares about you. The popcorn doesn't come around.
Yeah, we're sitting at a table in a restaurant, and the server just passes us every time. We're like, oh, excuse me, and they just keep walking by.
That doesn't put you in a bad mood. You're just sitting there going, this is great.
Yeah, I love it.
This is awesome. I'm happy to be here.
I love being ignored.
Depending on the context.
Yeah. Yeah.
You got to wait till you're a big fish in the sea.
Mm-hmm.
Then I'll start rustling feathers and moving some envelopes.
Yeah. Yeah. No, that's true. Yeah, so we're moving on out of Halloween season. So now we're on to November.
Oh, very excited. Very excited, Jamie. Do what comes next?
Remembrance Day.
Oh, yeah. I was gonna say Christmas.
Oh, you can't talk about that before Remembrance Day. It's forbidden to be excited about that before
Remembrance Day. Yep.
Yeah.
Let's good.
Which I'm not trying to be like offensive here. Like I'm serious. Like respect that.
Oh well, yeah, 100%.
Yeah, but we're moving into a new. It's crazy. I mean, since the last podcast, it's been a week already. You know, time flies when the world's falling apart.
I know. You know what? It's gonna be. We're gonna lead up to Christmas, and it's gonna be a cold, desolate winter. I don't think there's gonna be a lot to look forward to. Jamie. It's gonna be mid-January, and you know what? That's when we'll really get big.
Yeah,
because people will be so desperate for friendship and intimacy and
Yeah.
quite frankly any form of
all these
communication.
crazy sex parties when COVID's done. That's for sure.
Yeah, so they'll definitely
Well, I'm
we'll
not
be getting
kidding,
a
probably.
decent bandwagon of people that are just
Yeah. Yeah.
in the post Christmas blues. That's my theory. I'm calling it
yeah.
right now.
Yeah. Yeah, I was kind of shocked. We already had snow. Like here where we're from, we're in Sarnia, Ontario, and I feel like we don't usually get snow right in November. But didn't it snow like a couple days ago?
It snowed. It was snowed on Sunday. Was that November 1st?
I think.
It was November 1st.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like
so
snowed
it
first day.
snowed in November.
Yeah.
It almost snowed in October.
Yeah. So that's pretty weird. By the way, I always typically if your conversation involves the weather, you know it's a boring conversation. Typically. But I felt like that was worth mentioning.
I'm sorry. I'm
Yeah.
sorry, guys.
Yeah, we're sorry we had to pain you with like, how's the weather, man?
Well, we're Canadian. I feel like we get a little bit of leeway.
Yeah.
Although the
Here's-
only
here's
problem
Austin with the weather.
is we only get leeway with people that aren't Canadian. You know what? I will say though, I was talking to a couple people that lived in Alberta, and I've gotten the memo that our winter ain't shit.
It's worse there.
That's what I've been told. Yeah.
Yeah.
What happens is they have an average of like a foot of snow.
Mm-hmm.
I think this is I think this is Edmonton.
Okay.
Yeah. It's like they have shitloads of snow. It's brutal. They have to like hook up their car batteries at night, or the batteries die from the cold. Dude, it is a cold, desolate place, and they love it.
Yeah.
And
Are you sure about that? I don't think all of them do.
dude, they would have left. For them, it's just a way of life. It's just that they grew up there, and they go, "That's the way it is."
The thing is, to say they would have left it, I don't know. Like it's not like everyone likes where they live. I feel like sometimes it's like your family's there. There's other reasons people stick around places.
True, and there's probably people that can't take it, but they've already left.
Yeah. Yeah. I guess
And
if you
guarantee
hated
you-
it that much, you'd leave.
Dude, and I guarantee there's plenty of people that grew up there that went, "Fuck this.
Yeah.
I'm going
I'm
somewhere
going
else."
to Cali.
And they probably come here and they're like, "Holy shit, this is
is
great. It only gets to
beautiful."
like -20 on average."
Yeah.
My God.
Yeah. It's funny. I've actually barely been around Canada, which is sad because I'm Canadian. I've been more places in the States than Canada.
I've actually been to most parts of Canada.
Really?
Yeah.
I've
Yeah.
never left Ontario in Canada.
I've done the road
Is
trip.
that not weird?
That is weird. I've
know.
done the road trip from Ontario to BC
Yeah.
3 times.
Yeah. Well,
Each way.
Yeah. Well, I've been like driven through like the states. Went all the way down to Florida.
Yeah.
I've been to Florida several times. Chicago, New York. Like I've been all over the states, and it's like Las Vegas recently. Like before COVID, it was like November. I went.
Generally speaking, I find that people have
Last
and
November.
I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that we like America's a shithole or anything. America like has a lot of cool places, like Florida,
Yeah,
for example,
and Vegas.
right?
Vegas is really
Vegas,
cool.
like
I
yeah,
loved
like
it.
yeah, dude, so many cool things to see in the States. But I think sometimes people forget that there are some really cool things in Canada as well.
Oh yeah.
Like the
wanna see
Alberta
more.
Mountain Pass, and I said going out to BC, all the mountains there. Like we have a lot of really cool, just natural landscapes.
Yeah. You're just like, look at that hill.
And dude,
Nice.
we were just around Niagara Falls like a month or two ago.
Yeah.
And there's even just tons of great, just like ravines and places to
Oh,
hike.
yeah.
It's dude, it's cool.
Some
it's
cool
a really
looking
cool area.
rocks. That's for
Lots
sure.
of cool rocks.
Yeah. Well,
I can't imagine you go to Florida for rocks though. So you know what?
No.
Or Vegas.
No. Well, some people go to Vegas for rocks, if you know what I mean. I'm just kidding.
You say you're kidding.
I just went for blackjack, but yeah, I do want to see more of Canada. That's for sure.
100%. It's totally worth it.
Yeah, especially like BC. That's on my list. But obviously, it's a weird time to travel now. A little bit. Once things
it's a
get
little bit weird.
once things get a little more chill, I think it'd be more fun.
Traveling locally is not too bad. Mm-hmm. It's not bad.
No.
And I've had people that have gone out of the city and out of the country,
Yeah.
even out of the continent. And you know what? There's obviously a lot of restrictions.
I've been out of
but
the continent.
if
too.
you come back, when you come back, you just do the 2-week quarantine.
Yeah.
As far as Canada goes, and you're good.
Yeah.
So it's
Do-
not too bad.
Do you know what's really funny? Like, so I went to the Dominican, so I've been to South America, but my really poor geography skills. So basically, I went on a like cruise like years ago with my friend, and it stopped at the Bahamas. Which I do want to say, cruises are actually really bad, so I wouldn't recommend them. As in, like for
Dude,
the
each-
environment.
Dude, to
you know,
each
they're
their
really
own.
bad. They're fun. No,
my
they're fun, but they're bad for the
uncle loves
environment.
them.
Yeah.
And
They dump a lot in the ocean, apparently, if you look into it. It's
Oh,
really
do they?
Bad. Yeah, it's
Yeah,
really bad.
I'm not surprised.
Yeah.
They're you know.
Yeah, they're pretty crap, but they're fun. There was ice cream
There's
machines
definitely,
outside
dude,
my hotel.
They're cutting corners if it's that affordable.
Yeah.
Like when I see some of those cruise rates, I'm like, how are they making money?
Yeah.
Doesn't even make sense.
By the
And-
amount of like gas they're burning and everything too.
Yeah, so just well, I mean, just the fact that you can be on like a cruise boat for like a week or two, and it's like a couple $100.
Yeah.
Really? Like to have a hotel in the water with unlimited food?
Yeah.
I don't know. To me, that seems like a pretty good deal.
Oh
But-
yeah, it was certainly fun.
and I almost worked on a boat.
I wanted to also. I was.
I would have had
interested
a
in that.
way cooler job than you.
Oh yeah, probably.
I was gonna do sound and like a big boat with a theater built into it,
yeah. No,
which
that
would have been pretty dope.
That'd be sick. I didn't actually even like look into it, but when I was like really young, I always thought working on a cruise would be cool. Just because you technically you save money the whole time, don't you?
Yeah, you do.
You're basically all inclusive.
There's some people that become crippling alcoholics.
Mm-hmm.
The good thing is
Well, too late for that. No, I'm just
the
kidding.
beer. Yeah, I know, right? In fact, for you, maybe you'd start to discount because at least you get a good rate when you're on the boat.
Yeah.
I think it's like $1 or $2 for a beer, sort of thing. But dude, if you're drinking, some of those people
don't
though,
drink that much.
I've talked to the people that have been on boats for years and years, and they get to the point where they're drinking like 10, 15 beers a night.
Yeah.
and they're tipping.
Well, that would get
and they're eating food.
boring for sure if you're drinking that excessively.
So even if you're drinking that much, and it's still like $1 or $2 a beer, next thing you know, you're spending $30 to $50 a night. Mm-hmm. And trust me, it's cheap. And as far as nights out
Still
go,
cheaper than like rent
yeah, it's
or
good
stuff.
But dude, like at the end of the day, you're spending $30, $50 a night.
Yeah, if you're like
you
smart about
spread
it,
that
you
out
can
over
make
a
money.
month. You're starting to go in the hole a little bit, you know.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. But yeah, where I was going with the whole cruise thing was so I just recently went to the Dominican for like my cousin's wedding, and it was really awesome. It was like a resort, so obviously I didn't really get to see like what the actual Dominican's like. It was very touristy.
everybody goes to those like
Yeah,
all-star,
it was like
all in one
Yeah.
resorts, whatever they're called.
Yeah, which it was a really fun time. Like I actually remember the one night I actually did drink way too much, and the bartenders all were like, "This guy," and they all liked me, and I'm like, "What did I do? Like, why do they think I'm so funny?" And then he's like, "I have a gift for you." I was like, I'm like, "Okay." He's like, "Well, come back at like 11." I was like, "Sure." I was like, "I have no idea what this guy's gonna give me," and I came back, and there's a drink called Mama Juana that they make down there, and he gave me a bottle to take home. And actually, I think I shared it with you when I got back. Did
you?
Yeah, it was a really small bottle. It was with Andrew and you. We tried it.
Oh,
Do you remember
I
that?
do.
The stuff
I
with the
do
bark.
remember that.
Yeah.
Yeah. There we go. Yeah. Okay.
So that was cool. Anyway, I'm trailing off again, but yeah. So anyway, I went
Dude,
there.
where are we going?
Oh,
By the way,
so well, no,
I mean, like in the last like 10 minutes, we've covered
everything.
like weather,
yeah,
travel, and like traveling on boats.
yeah. That's the most important.
Dude,
topics.
if there was a poll for least interesting topics on a podcast,
the weather is
that
up there
had
for
to
sure.
be, dude, all of those topics have to be in the top 10.
Well, I don't know, man. What's wrong with cruise ships? That's fun. There was ice cream machines everywhere, man.
Yeah, dude,
That's exciting.
People like to be on cruise
They like
ships.
to be on them, not talk about them.
They don't want to engage in casual conversation, like listen to a podcast going, yeah, I do like cruise ships.
Man.
Thank you for affirming my feelings.
But you're now you just convinced everyone to feel that way. Maybe they were
Segue.
so interested.
I know.
Oh, okay, wait.
Well,
I was just gonna say.
Jamie, now we're pitting against each other because I'm turning the audience on you.
Okay, well, okay, yeah, you are. Okay, one quick thing. Was trying to point out how much of a dumbass I am, okay? So for the longest time I was telling people, "Oh, I've been to South America." And this was before I actually had this was before I went to the Dominican, but I went to the Bahamas on a cruise. And so when I got back from that, I was telling everyone, I was like, I've been to South America. They're like, really? I'm like, yeah, I went to the Bahamas. And then somebody looked at me like I was an idiot. They're like, the Bahamas isn't in South America. I was like, really? So yeah, I was going around telling everyone I'd been to South America long before I actually had gone. So
Jamie, this goes back to one of my greatest fears.
yeah,
And it's been brought up a lot. And you know what? As far as my friend group goes, they've never forgotten because I don't know. Maybe I should feel bad about it. But when I was in high school, I thought I was a grade 10 geography. I just want to emphasize I was a 15-year-old boy, not very smart.
ooh, yeah, I hate those.
Yeah. So I thought Mexico was in between Canada and the United States.
Wow. And we live on a border city, so you thought Mexico was right
Oh,
over
wait,
there.
okay. Hold on. I thought it was like because obviously I had family in Port Huron.
Yeah.
Okay, I went
You
there.
thought your family were
but
Mexicans.
I thought Mexico wasn't too far off.
yeah.
I was thinking like maybe a day drive or something. You'll be at Mexico, maybe a little bit less.
Right.
And I didn't really know. I didn't think of all the logistics. Okay, but I was pretty confident. Okay,
Yeah.
and I was 15 though. You know how you just have you can have beliefs.
No knowledge of anything. Yeah.
Yeah, but still be stubborn or proud of your position with no forward or knowledge.
Oh, okay. So you fought people about this.
Oh yeah, like no. Like physically fought, like I was
Like,
out in the schoolyard, just
beating
like
people up.
punching
Like,
people
Mexico's
out.
right there.
And then eventually I make them yield. They're on the ground, I'm choking them out, and I'm like, "Where's Mexico, Ryan?"
He's like, right there.
Tell me where Mexico is, Ryan.
Huh? It's right across the border. Yeah, that's right.
Damn straight, Ryan.
Damn straight, senor.
any-
You punch him again. It's right
Senor.
there. It's right there.
That's right, Senora.
Oh no. Yeah.
Oh, dude, that would be awesome.
What, beating someone? That's awesome.
No, I just want to.
Or you mean just having Mexico
dude,
there?
it's
That
like,
would be awesome.
No, I just want to be like that guy that's just that people. I just say something and somebody goes, "I disagree," and I'm like, "No, it is that way."
Yeah.
And then eventually I just like beat them up. I just beat them into submission.
You're so stubborn. You beat people all the time.
Conversations are too difficult.
Yeah.
It's much easier to just whack someone
punch
into
'em.
submission until they agree with you.
Yeah, there's no reason to be articulate when you got fists, you know?
I know. They go, "Well, Austin, here's a map," and I go, "That's enough of that."
Yeah. It's enough of your like
And then I give them a quick beat down.
your science shit. I know. I saw it with my own eyes. That's Mexico.
And then I burn the map.
Yeah. Yeah. I used to know a lot of really stubborn people. And actually, everyone knows stubborn people even nowadays.
Everybody's stubborn to some degree.
Oh, of course. Well, I wouldn't say stubborn. Stubborn to me is an absolute refusal to admit you're wrong, which I wouldn't say everyone's like that, but everyone definitely holds beliefs that they will defend no matter what. But I wouldn't say that
True.
makes them stubborn to
I
me.
think. Well, the question is, you know what? Maybe Webster Dictionary can help us with this. But is it a purely negative word?
Stubborn?
Yeah. Like if you say, "Oh, that person's a bit stubborn," is that a purely negative thing?
I don't think so, because technically, if
I
your
think-
if your refusal to give up on something that they truly believe in, you could say they're being stubborn.
Yeah, I think it's
something
purely
good.
a. That's true. You can definitely say, but I think it's almost an excess of something because
Yeah.
I don't know. I think to a certain degree, it's good to, have like a bit of like stand your ground in whatever your conversation you're having or
Yeah.
in your beliefs. I think to some degree.
I think
But
a good character trait is like at least acknowledging when you're wrong, or at least try. I feel like when people don't bother listening to other perspectives, that like there's a lot of people like that, unfortunately. But I think if you're so sure that you're right, then what's the big deal hearing opposition? You know,
Oh, that's true. Yeah. Okay. Well,
that's what I think.
well, shutting down conversation from the opposite side is definitely
but
not
that's
the answer.
stubborn.
So-
There's stubborn people who do that for sure.
Dude, I almost want to Google like the definition,
Definition
of
of-
stubborn.
we
now.
could do it right now,
Dude,
just to
Google-
educate
Google,
people. I'll do it right now.
Benny.
Oh yeah,
Hey,
we have
callback.
we have a Benny the Ghost, our fact checker. Hey Benny, what's
Google stubborn. Look, he's doing it right now, folks. Hold on.
Okay.
Hold on. Benny.
Why'd you just?
Yep.
Okay.
No, Benny. The keyboard's over there.
Yeah. Okay.
It's QWERTY.
oh.
It's QWERTY, Benny.
Here. Oh, he's printing off a note. Here, he's handing it to me.
It's a.
Thank.
Benny, we don't do facts anymore.
Yeah, man, get with the times. I know you're a ghost from the 1800s. Wait, fax machines right now. Thanks, Benny.
Printing press.
Yes. Okay. So stubborn, having or showing dogged. Wait, what? Dogged determination not to change one's attitude or position on something, especially in spite of good arguments or reasons to do so. So yes, it seems like it's inherently.
Oh, you know what?
negative.
It definitely seems like an inherently negative.
But
word.
then the second definition is difficult to move, remove, or cure, which again, that could apply to good things if you're unmovable on good things.
Well, it could be the connotation here as well, because in this case, it would be like
you,
the
Benny.
adjective of stubborn.
Yeah.
So maybe like using it as a something more verb compared to adjective. Maybe I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah.
We got to leave that up to the philosophers.
Yeah. All you philosophers out there, ponder this.
Think about this one.
Think about that one for us. Yes. And leave some comments about
We do not go.
stubborn.
We don't go very deep here.
Leave
That's for
some
sure.
comments on
The
Spotify.
Dude, the moment things get. Can you do that? I don't know.
I have no
I
idea.
actually don't know.
I
if
don't.
you
We
can.
just upload to Spotify. We don't use it.
Dude, I don't even use Instagram. I just the first thing I thought when we did the podcast, I'm like, what do people use?
Yeah, I'm pretty out of touch.
And I went on all of them.
We have follow us on TikTok, everyone.
Jamie, we should be doing shoutouts. Is MySpace still around? That must be gone.
Oh, I actually don't know.
Is it closed or is it no longer relevant?
Yeah, I know for a while it was functioning but not popular. But maybe it's just gone now. It's possible.
I have no idea.
Couldn't tell you. But yeah,
Benny.
like us on MySpace. Add Benny on MySpace.
You know what, guys? Rest assured, if there is a MySpace, we'll figure it out. And we'll get on there ASAP.
We're gonna resurge it.
Resurge.
Yeah, we're gonna get it going again. The MySpace Renaissance.
Oh, that'd be pretty awesome.
Yeah, we're bringing it back. Actually, do you know what's funny? I think when I was in high school, it kind of had a comeback. As in, like, I remember it became like an emo thing to do. It was like people like Hot Topic shoppers. They all brought back. And MySpace bands became a thing again. And this was after it was already not relevant. Like Facebook was. I heard about MySpace on Facebook.
Dude, I loved those MySpace band pages.
Yeah.
Nobody, you know what? No, don't even at me over that because Facebook is it's too bleached.
Yeah, MySpace, you could have a lot more personality with how you made it look.
It was really tacky, shitty personality. You know, where like maybe there'd be some weird like effect where there's just like snow falling or something. And
oh yeah, all the weird HTML like weird shit you could do.
Yeah, and they just let you do anything. They didn't have any quality control. They were either, put confetti. Just start spraying confetti on your MySpace page.
We don't care how ugly our website looks, as long as it has personality.
I mean, it's safe to say that it's your space.
Yeah. Oh, that reminds me of Pixo. Do you remember that?
Of course, I remember Pixo.
Yeah,
dude, you had one, didn't you?
I did, and do you know what's funny? The last time I looked at it, it was years after. I somehow found it again, probably through my old emails or something. But I had a page with just flames in the background, and all it was a link that when you clicked it, it was "Welcome to the Jungle" by Guns N' Roses, and just flames in the background. Okay. I'm like, what? Who was I?
Okay, so just to give everybody perspective, there's a good chance you know, but Pixo was kind of like it was the first really simple website builder where you could be like 10 years old like us. And just open it up, and it just gives you palettes, and you could just drop things into it. At the time, it was pretty awesome.
Yeah,
I remember being 9 years old, and you could just drop in music videos, and just do like effects like MySpace.
Probably
a
lot of people's introduction to like coding too, like HTML and stuff too. I would imagine.
If that counts as coding, yes.
It does.
In the loosest sense of the word, it does.
You could totally do... People had crazy Pixos. You could totally code that website to do some stuff that we probably didn't make it do.
Except for the fact that I'm not sure if it let you do anything else, but HTML
is limited. I don't know much about it. Yeah.
HTML on its own is limited.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know too much about it, but I do know I used to look up like HTML codes. I'm like, that's cool.
Compared to what was around at the time, it was fucking awesome.
Yeah.
It was cool.
Yeah. I'm actually sad that now like Flash is pretty is it totally fizzled out now?
It's actually being discontinued very soon in the next year.
Very soon. So that's sad for websites like Newgrounds, any like Flash game website. It's kind of sad.
Unless they do some sort of conversion, it's over. Like they're not.
I did read.
You can't do those anymore.
I did read there were like people out there archiving like old Flash games.
Yeah. Already either kind of like keeping it with old deprecated technology, or they're going to do some sort of I can't imagine. The games are pretty simple. I'm not sure how hard it would be to do some sort of conversion to.
Is it Unity or something everyone uses now? Like websites like that? I don't know.
There's a web version of Unity, but there's not really. I'm not really sure on that one. I don't know. I'd have to look into that.
Yeah. Did you remember like Homestar Runner?
Of course I do.
Yeah.
Dude, are we just going on a big nostalgia trip?
We are. Why not?
Dude, dude, like the Strong Bad and Teen Girl Squad.
Yeah.
Do you remember that?
What do you got against nostalgia, man?
I got nothing against it.
No, those were great. And I remember, well, the website's gone now. That's sad.
The original website?
Yeah. Or at least everything's non-supported on it.
Is it updated?
All I know is last time I went to look at it, they're like, we've moved to YouTube or something. And I think they uploaded most of it on YouTube. But some of the stuff on that website, they definitely can't put to YouTube. Because, like, I think, Marzipan's... what's that called? Answering machine. I always like that. You click the buttons. It's people leaving these dumb voicemails.
Oh yeah, dude. And
that's definitely not on YouTube.
And they had
now.
like all those little mini games and shit like
again,
that. Like
that stuff's all gone. Probably
the Strong Bet had like a couple mini games. I remember used to play.
Oh, there's like the Trogdor.
Yeah,
game.
the Trogdor one exactly.
Yeah. No, I loved that website, but I guess they kind of archived a lot of it on YouTube.
I think you were the one who introduced me to the website.
Yeah. Oh, you found them on YouTube before?
I'm not sure. Good question. And did I show you the clay guy, the clay
Nox's
clay world?
Clay World,
Yeah, Nox's
yeah.
Clay World.
You did, yeah.
Yeah, so we kind of we had some good properties to toss around.
Didn't we watch that on your Nintendo Wii? I feel like you went to the web browser on your Nintendo Wii and we watched
that's
Nox's
so,
Clay World.
How do you remember that?
I
shit?
just remember it was so weird because we were like, it kind of blew my mind that like
Okay.
a Wii was, I don't know.
Guys, think about
it's
how
the future,
mind blowing that
man.
was. Okay,
Yeah.
I got a Wii when I was, I must have been 12, like 11, 12 maybe.
Yeah.
It was like
I don't even remember when it
2005,
came out.
2006, yeah, something like that. How mind blowing was it at the time that you could open up a web browser on a Nintendo device in like 2006?
Yeah.
It was so strict; it didn't support Flash, so you
No.
couldn't go to like the Home Star Writer website or
But
anything.
Nox's Clay World, I'm pretty sure worked somehow on the YouTube.
Yeah, I don't think he used
or
Flash.
not on YouTube, on the website.
Yeah, somehow it worked. And dude, it was so ghetto, and it would like
Yeah.
just like you could tell the Wii was not designed in any way or form to be on these websites. But
Yeah.
dude, we made it happen.
I
I don't
know.
even know. I don't even know if he could full screen. I think it was
No,
like
I don't think so.
I
I know.
manually zoomed in.
Yeah.
like with the built-in browser app to
Yeah.
to get a close up, and it was way blurrier than it should have been.
Yeah.
But pretty mint viewing
Yeah.
experience, I think.
I remember like the first time I saw like full web pages on like even a phone, like when the iPod Touch and iPhone came out, the first time I saw someone have a full like desktop web version of something open on their phone, that blew my mind.
Of like a website designed for your phone.
Well,
because dude, back in the day, because we both had iPod
Touch.
touches.
I had an iPod Touch, yeah.
yeah. I had one too. We both had one when we were like 12, 13.
Yeah.
And or even like maybe a couple years later. I can't remember.
I think
but-
I was about 12 or 13 because I think it was grade 9 of high school when I got it.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So, dude, every website you went to, it was like it was zoomed out, or you had to like kind of zoom and manually traverse it.
Yeah.
And they were always designed for desktop. But you're totally right. Like around high school, they started making all these
like
catered
better.
website like platforms for it.
Oh, absolutely.
Mind blowing.
Yeah. Well,
A game changer, man.
well, to be fair, I do think flip phones had really crappy mobile versions of like Facebook way before that. But like it was like such a weird condensed version. Do you remember that? Like,
Oh, they had so many weird, messed up proprietary
yeah,
formats.
it didn't
for
even
these.
look good at all. It was like you're checking Facebook, but it like obviously was like weird.
It
Yeah.
was designed by a programmer, never went to QA, and just immediately released.
Yeah. Yeah. Again, yeah. Something funny is again, I every time we do this, I never look at the time before, so I have no idea where we're even at.
Oh, don't worry, I keep track. I
Yeah,
keep track.
yeah.
And the nice thing is, I can kind of leave you in utero and not really sure
Yeah.
where you are.
No,
And
yeah.
I'm in full control.
I'm in a yeah. Well, I could just look at the thing you're looking at. I'm just too lazy.
You
I
just
don't want to.
You don't know what you're looking for.
I don't want to lean
You don't know
one
what you're
foot
doing.
forward to look at the thing we're recording on.
Jamie's never been an ambitious man, and that includes things
Sitting
like
up
looking
one
at the
foot.
clock.
Yeah, yeah. Looking at the clock's a little hard for me.
It's a struggle. I will say though,
I'm in
we're
purgatory.
hitting the part of the show where we usually hit a dry lull.
Okay. Well,
I'm not going to tell you the exact time.
in incoming dry spell, time to get boring. That's the one thing we were consistent on is the boring segment of the show. Everyone told us we should be more organized. We should have specific segments. You know what? That's our segment. We're gonna have a little dry part.
Slow, boring time.
We're like it's boring time where we don't talk about anything.
So, yeah,
yeah,
that was me impersonating you.
I do that. I noticed every time.
Whenever you don't know what to say, you immediately just pull
Yeah.
out the yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, I was just
Anyway.
thinking,
and then all these filler words just to get to a point.
yeah, just to get somewhere.
Yeah.
You know what?
We're really meta, man. I don't know.
I know,
why.
yeah, and I really liked how you did at the beginning though, where you kind of did the build up and then the joke. It was pretty solid.
Yeah.
So I'm
well.
pretty excited to see how you keep developing your podcasting skills.
Ooh, yeah. Well, anyway, yeah.
I just finished up. So, yeah.
Yeah. I keep clearing my throat, but I swear, like I don't have a cough or anything. I'm just phlegmy right now. I keep going like, and I hope people don't think I'm being an ass.
Well, we'll have to get you a pair of headphones that
can
you
hear
should
what I'm
buy
hearing.
dude. I'm doing fucking earbuds. You just need
Yeah.
to have headphones that don't suck.
Yeah.
And
Do-
you'll be good to go.
Something to be noted. The headphones I'm wearing are like I spilled like beer or something on the the end of it, and I feel like it made it kind of shitty. But
And at the time, Jamie went, that's inconvenient, and he just moved on.
yeah,
and
I still use them. No, I do hear
they still
headphones.
work.
Yeah, they do. So anyway, yeah. All right. What's new with you?
Come on,
then?
Jimmy.
Since-
Transition us out of this, shall we?
yeah, let's transition out of this.
What's going on with me?
Yeah. What's how do you hope the rest of the year goes for you? I mean, obviously, we all hope things go a little more back to normal soon.
I'm excited to ride the high until Christmas, and then
Yeah.
I'm not gonna think about anything until then. I'm just gonna consume product until Christmas.
Yeah, me too.
And then once mid-January rolls around, like I was saying, that's when like post-mortem Christmas. It's winter. It's COVID. It's depressing.
Yeah.
That's when it'll all kick into ninth gear, I think.
Yeah. Did you so Halloween candy? I feel like this year I actually was way better than most years. Usually I actually eat so much I like want to die. So it's good that
The first year of self-control.
yeah, the first year I've had self control. Yeah.
I don't really like sugar anymore or candy.
No, yeah, I'm
I had
like,
a little
getting
bit
over it.
When I was 23 years ago, like 22.
20 yeah.
I had so much. It was a clearance sale. I didn't celebrate Halloween. I didn't do anything for Halloween. I just waited for the
big
clearance
old
sale,
buzzkill.
and then I immediately ran to Shoppers Drug Mart, where you can get. If you didn't know, PSA, go to Shoppers Drug Mart after any like big like.
Which isn't that a
weird-
Canadian brand? Like anyone else won't even know what that is. Shoppers.
I'm not sure.
I think that's
Maybe it is.
strictly
Yeah, I
Canadian.
don't know if I've ever seen one. They might be import here on. Like they might have bleeded in the States a little bit, but not much. But
I don't even think so. But
you
anyway.
know what? Sucks to be them because
I
we
think-
get 80% off clearance
Yeah.
chocolate. So
Yeah.
I bought like those 200 content boxes.
Yeah.
I bought like 5 or 6 of them for like $30-$40, and I
Right.
brought them home, and I ate in 3 days. I ate for breakfast, lunch, and dinner exclusively candy.
And I like how you refer to it as that is breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Like, no, you're not just saying, "Oh, I just ate candy all day." You're like, I prepared
I woke up.
a
it was
nice
9 a.m.,
plate of chocolate for breakfast,
and I
then
thought half a
time
dozen
for
Kit
lunch.
Kats,
Yeah.
1 or 2 O. Henrys, a couple coffee crisps
coffee
to get my
crisps,
caffeine in.
coffee crisps in the morning. My morning coffee crisp.
Before I go to work, just crack open like a dozen coffee crisps and get the blood flowing.
Yeah.
It's basically a double from Tim Hortons.
And then you get your the ones with peanuts in it for dinner because they're a little more hearty, a little more protein.
Get
you
a
know?
little protein before I go to the gym.
Yeah,
You know?
from your O. Henry bars.
And then at lunch, I have the O. Henrys because they're just a great run of the mill
Yeah.
chocolate, and I would do that, and also Reese cups, and
Yeah.
I would do that before, of course, I go on my daily run.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
of course.
you gotta.
Yeah. I actually feel disgusting just thinking
actually, if you didn't know, carbs are really good for you. Carbs,
Oh,
sugar.
I've always heard, yeah.
I've like when I was doing the summer is Jamie. When I did those 3 days of
Yeah.
just running, exercising, and eating chocolate, I had never felt better.
Yeah.
I
Oh yeah.
I wish I could go back.
You know what? The food pyramid is lying.
It's a
to
scam.
You. Yeah.
Yeah.
What you really need to sustain yourself is just chocolate and sugar.
Don't buy all this bullshit about like what kiwis, superfruit. What is wrong with these people?
Ooh, who needs quinoa when there's Reese cups?
Avocado?
Yeah. No, I feel gross just thinking of that.
Oh no, dude. Okay, all jokes aside, dude, it was awful. I was so sick, and I even got a cold. It's amazing how quickly your body shuts down when you're just feeding it garbage all day. And for me, that was 3 days. Now
You got sick. Like your immune system crashed that much just after 3 days of eating candy.
yeah, because my body's going. You're not giving me anything. I'm gonna fucking die now.
Yeah.
So, I've definitely decided now. It's when you go to those big extremes.
Yeah.
You start dialing. I think that's kind of part of starting to get a bit older. Is you do all these extreme things. Like let's say you go through a phase where you party every day. Then eventually you realize, oh, that's the downside.
Yeah.
Then you kind of
start
chill out a
feeling
little
crappy.
bit.
Yeah.
Yeah. And not just like hangover crappy. We're talking you've been doing it for like a month.
Yeah.
And your whole body is dying.
Yeah.
And you can feel it.
Oh yeah, I'm definitely getting into that phase of my life. Where I've been that way about a year now, where it's starting definitely not as much fun as it used to be, like going out, because it's like I definitely feel it the next day. Whereas I used to be very resilient. I would just wake up all refreshed, go to work. Like I used to be totally fine.
Wake up, feel chipper, work 8 hours.
Yeah, and then but it's like now it's like I need like a whole day to just lay there.
Yeah. We just don't rebound as fast as we used to.
No,
Right?
so that's.
And
I guess this is growing up, as
Yeah, and-
Blink-182 said or whatever.
And it's part of. I think it's just part of testing extremes. When you kind of grow up, everybody tells you what you should and shouldn't do. And of course, us being brilliant, we go,
No.
what do those people know?
Yeah,
we
that's
should
not
just.
right.
I'm gonna go fucking drink beer and liquor every night for the next month and see what happens.
Yeah,
and then
you're like,
you
"Wait a minute."
experience that firsthand, and then you dial back.
Yeah.
And there's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, you learn for yourself. You realize
I should be a stoner. I'm gonna smoke weed every day for the next 2 months. Let's see what happens.
Yeah,
That'll be cool.
yeah,
Next thing you know, you're just like have this permanent brain haze. You can't focus on anything.
yeah. Well, yeah, that sort of thing definitely hits everyone differently. There's some people who certainly don't handle it well.
And there's some people that were designed for it.
Yeah, yeah. I met
just,
people who definitely
I
function
almost
better than
can't-
I do.
I almost can't even envision them being sober.
Yeah, that's
Like,
true.
that's what he does.
Yeah.
He must have been born that way. He must have just been smoking weed out of the womb.
Yeah, his mom's. It was just in her bloodstream.
You know what? It's possible that he didn't get a choice.
I don't think that does that work.
And that's 100% a thing.
Like
You didn't know that?
oh
Like, crack
stuff.
baby.
Yeah, crack baby. Yeah. Well, I know that. Yeah.
I'm not sure if that's like a trashy term now.
Fetal alcohol syndrome.
Yeah,
and
the
stuff.
fetal alcohol syndrome. I'm not sure if crack baby must be a pretty trashy term now. I apologize if there's
like
if there's a better
offensive.
way to put it, but
Yeah. Yeah,
Basically,
because it's not the
somebody
baby's
is-
fault, so it's rude to the baby
yeah.
to call
So
it crack
at,
baby.
at our youth group, I don't know if you remember him, but there was a guy in like at the youth group years and years ago,
Yeah.
like River City when we were like 18, 19.
Yeah.
And
we used to go
and he
youth
told
do-
me he was
youth
like,
group together.
his mom was a meth addict or something like that. So and he basically did talk about it. He kind of went like, I was addicted to meth out of the womb, and he was just kind of
Oh,
telling
wow.
me about it, and
So
that's
he
how it
actually-
works.
Yeah. No.
when you're like when someone's pregnant, you are sharing your
yeah.
your body with something.
everything they're doing.
So
yeah.
everything you do is
Yeah.
in conjunction with them. So
And I'm sure if someone like smokes weed while pregnant, the kid's gonna be born with like dreadlocks. No, I just kidding.
nothing like extremely negative. Just
No.
like a couple bracelets maybe.
Yeah.
Like a nice
Is that offensive to
neon
say? I'm not.
shirt.
Is that offensive to say? I'm just saying like the Rasta culture. I'm not.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to like imply
It's
everyone
a
with dreadlocks.
cultural thing,
I'm not
you
trying
know?
to imply everyone with dreadlocks.
Oh no!
smokes weed.
Now we're doing tons of like backpedaling. like,
Backpedaling. I'm sorry.
offensive words, cultural appropriation. Quickly,
Yeah, yeah.
everybody, we apologize.
Yeah.
Dreadlocks can be done anywhere.
No, they can. Yeah,
I mean,
sure.
my sister had dreadlocks. So
Yeah.
do you remember that?
Yeah. But
That's pretty cool.
She
Yeah.
smokes weed though.
Oh, no!
Okay. Yeah.
And this is
damn.
why we stereotype, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh yes.
And it's sometimes they hit you right in the face.
We're bringing back the prejudiced neighbors from
The prejudiced
episode
neighbors.
1.
Oh,
This is a
boy.
segment we're gonna have. No, I'm kidding. I'm totally kidding.
Welcome to the end of the podcast where nobody's listening anyway. So
That's not true.
let's burn every bridge that we got.
That's not true. I'm
Yeah, I
actually
know. We got a
very
couple
surprised the viewer retention.
Yeah, and we love you guys. All right.
Yes, thank you for listening. You're putting food on our kids' tables. I'm just kidding. I don't have kids.
Jamie, you're 17.
Oh, true. Oh, yeah. I forgot. Yeah.
Sometimes you can forget these things. You know?
I forgot that 17-year-olds can't have kids.
Oh yeah. So to finish up what I was saying, I'm just gonna bleed back into the conversation a little bit
About
and then
crack
go
babies?
forward. But yeah. Or whatever positive term they use now.
I know.
The thing about we were kind of talking a little bit, and he basically says when you come out of the womb, you're addicted, right from birth.
Yeah.
You're literally addicted to meth, and he kind of just talks about. Can you even like imagine that?
Being addicted to meth? No.
Well,
to
I
be
mean,
completely honest.
not only that, but when you're in a state where you're in that childlike state, and you already
Yeah.
have a dependency. That's so weird.
It
to
would
me,
suck
because
I can't picture it because I can't even picture being a child really. But
well, the thing I can remember
I'm
about
sure
being a
it
child
sucks.
is the biggest thing about being a child is you don't really have you don't have dependencies.
yeah. Well,
You don't,
except for your
like-
parents.
Yeah, except you need your parents.
Definitely dependent
of
on your
course.
parents.
Yeah, you're definitely dependent on the parents. But I'm talking physical dependencies in the sense that
Water,
you don't need
food,
like for example,
oxygen.
Jamie, what's the first thing you do when you get up in the morning
Rock a fat piss.
and you drink a coffee?
Yeah. Oh yes, I need
Like
coffee.
great examples like that, right?
Yeah.
But when you're like
I need. Don't even talk to me until I've had my coffee.
I know the classic saying. So, dude, when you're 6 years old, you wake up and you just go about your day and that's it. Mm-hmm. You don't you drink water, eat some.
Oh yeah, you well as a
alphabet
kid.
soup.
I recall having tons of energy as a kid, so obviously you don't need any sort of stimulation.
So what I mean is you don't have any appendices. But imagine being 6 years old and already having like something that you're like almost like you're craving. You don't even realize it. That's just I don't know. It's so
Yeah.
weird to me, man.
Oh, it's sad because they don't even know what it
and
is.
and it's so sad. And he would be yeah, and you know what? And he was definitely a he struggled in a lot of ways, and I really felt for him because
Was he did
sometimes
so,
you don't get to choose. That's the sad part.
But
right?
okay, so you were talking to him though. So at this point in his life, is he fine now? Did he somehow
I haven't talked to him.
outgrow it?
6-7 years.
But even when you were talking to him, he was clearly older. Like, did
You could tell.
does he have to be on medication for the rest of his life? I don't know anything
You could
about
tell
it.
he was a bit slow, but he also
Which again, that's probably not a nice word to use either.
well in the sense that
But yeah, I get what you mean,
Well,
like-
he was starting to
Kind of
rationalize.
like a learning disabilities.
He was
you know?
rationalizing the hand he was dealt,
Yeah,
and that's where you. I think for a lot of those people, you have to hit that point
yeah,
where you're like, you know what, life isn't fair. Sometimes like life deals you a shitty hand, and you don't get to control that. Like, do you get to control what your parents did when you were
yeah.
child or as not even born yet? You don't have a choice, right? So
No.
eventually you just have to take that, accept it, and move on. Like,
Yeah.
What else are you supposed to do?
Yeah, you gotta just kind of do what you can with what life gives you.
And I'm ready to, and I'll just be ready to accept whatever comes my way. It's like, you know what? It is what it is, and sometimes life sucks, man. But I really hope that when the pedal goes to the metal, that I'll, hopefully I'll still be happy if I suddenly become handicapped,
Yeah.
get my legs blown off.
Yeah, yeah,
Hopefully I'll remember the good things about life. So-
yeah. I mean,
And so,
God
how about
forbid.
this? I'm kind of rambling a little bit. My point is, I do really respect people like that.
Like
That
that have
kind of-
kind of been dealt a bad
Yeah,
hand,
that
but
are
still
struggling, but they're able to
positive, so-
rationalize their position, accept it, and kind of still be happy. Mm-hmm. That's to me, that's super cool.
Yeah, yeah. No, it is. Yeah. So yeah.
Don't fucking do that to me. I just gave you like a nice little kind of sentimental tidbit.
Yeah.
and you just try to.
I totally no. I get what you're saying. I definitely respect people who kind of persevere through their obstacles. There's a lot of good examples of people.
Because I can say without a doubt, I'm very blessed that there's been some obstacles in my life, but not a lot.
Yeah.
Especially compared to a lot of people, and
Oh,
I think
yeah.
you're kind of in the same boat.
Oh yeah, like there's nothing I can complain too heavily about.
Yeah, like good families.
Yeah.
Good times.
Yeah, and you know what's also funny, even just about where we live. I feel like we seem to be almost in like a little bubble where a lot of like the world problems don't seem to. Well, I don't notice it firsthand as much. Like I'll give an example, like even just like any major, like when Ebola or any other big disease was happening, not too much in just for some reason where we live. Same even with COVID, we've been pretty well off here in Sarnia where we live.
Those things do feel far away. It's true.
Exactly. And like any major world event, it's kind of like, well, the rest of the world is dealing with so much right now. In states, like there's fires everywhere, like forest fires in California.
Forest fires,
stuff like
riots.
that.
There's definitely a lot going on in the
Yeah,
States. But
it's like, and we just sort of are like in a bubble. So definitely grateful for that.
don't forget though. I think that's a small city thing, small city and under, because
Yeah.
usually Sarnia is big, but it's small enough that you kind of get a gist of the people in the city. You kind of get like a gist of an area, or like it's not enough that you can know everybody, but it's enough that you can kind of go, oh yeah, I know enough people in Sarnia to kind of get what Sarnia is about.
Yeah.
While when you're in a place like Toronto, everything feels so big that you don't really. There's a big disconnect, and it's the reason why when you're on the subway, you never talk to anybody or interact.
Oh yeah.
Because you can only care about so many people. It's
Yeah.
kind of just the reality of being human.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. You can't like there's so many people that if you want to maintain good relationships, you can't possibly maintain like there's only a certain amount you can even possibly give away of yourself and time,
Yeah, and there's only a certain scope of what we can understand, because when you really think about it, this might be a bit morbid, but in the human mind, what's more tragic, like 10 deaths or 1,000 deaths? Mm-hmm. And the answer is, did you know them?
Yeah. No, that is true. Because
And
if
the
you
odds
don't,
are, you don't know 1,000 people.
well, exactly. Because if you don't, it's more of just a statistical probability, and you're just aware it's always happening. But obviously, anything that you personally grown to know, you're gonna have more of a relationship.
And
Yeah.
we can't handle scale.
Right.
As far as I've found, we just like think about it. When you think about 1,000 people, Even if you're in, if I'm in downtown Toronto and I look around, I'm like, I might have 1,000 people on my sites right now, like that I can actively turn
yeah, like
and look
in your
at.
yeah.
Yeah, and so and that's already hard to wrap my head around. So like as I said, having like large scale tragedy or anything along those lines.
Yeah.
How are you supposed to really fully comprehend that? You know?
Exactly.
You
Well,
don't.
obviously, witnessing anything firsthand is going to have a lot more impact too.
100%,
So if you
yeah,
witness it, even if you didn't know him, it'd still be really sad to witness, of course. But yeah, it's that is very true that like anyone close to you, you definitely it would impact you far more, even though you would prefer.
Now,
that
on paper, obviously, more people dying is more
is
tragic.
bad. Yeah.
However,
it's
we
worse.
just humans don't work that way.
Yeah, that's true.
We just don't have that kind of functions.
An interesting point. Yeah. Yeah, you keep on.
Wow, we kind of went to
Got pretty.
yeah, it was a mellow end. That's kind of a first for us, I think.
Yeah. Oh, is it nearing the end?
Yeah, we're pretty much done, Jamie.
Yeah.
Let's see what we
All
got.
right.
Yeah, dude, we're like 30 seconds out, so we'll kind of do our
Do our typical
say our goodbyes. And
goodbye, everybody. All right. Well, yes. Thanks
Dude,
again.
you're really good at the intros and outros, so you can kind of
Yeah. Oh well.
those,
Now
you
I'm
know?
gonna fumble it up hard. All right. Well, I was just good. Yeah. Anyway, thanks for listening, everyone. Take care.
And 100% really appreciate you guys, the ones that stick around.
Yes.
There's
Share
a couple of you. We know you. Thank you so much.
Yeah. Take care, everyone. Stay safe out there.
Talk to you soon.